Hi everyone, I'd like to talk to you briefly today about the flex schedule. Now, if you watched Mr. Sosnovic's video this morning, he explained how the flex schedule will work and what are some of the expectations. Now, I have some suggestions and also some requirements, and that goes with club members. So first, let's talk about suggestions. Now, I highly recommend everybody to get involved. It will bring a sense of community, of school spirit, and it will give you an opportunity to network with other people and do interesting things. Now, the flex schedule has been broken down in several categories. For example, academic support, co-curricular, athletics, guidance, and the best of all, something fun, enjoyable. So let's start with something fun and enjoyable. Now, here's an interesting fact. Now, a panda bear eats about 12 pounds of food a day. That's why we call it a pandemic. All right, with that joke and pun, I want to talk about exercising. Now, you know I've been banged up in my shoulder for a while, but that doesn't mean that I can't do anything. In fact, I've been doing some exercises at home. Now, have you guys heard of Insanity and Insanity Asylum? So back in the day, I used to do those every single day. Now, I don't do it as often as before, but I still exercise, even though I have some limitations. So here's what's happening. Insanity Max Challenge. Now, the Insanity workout, it's about an hour long, but the Insanity Max is 30 minutes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's intense, but you can exercise at your own pace. In fact, there is a modifier there, and you can watch the modifier, and you can tailor to your athletic capability. So, if you'd like to work out, get rid of some of the goo, or gain some strength, I'd highly recommend that you join it. The way that this is going to work is that I'm going to be broadcasting my screen and I'm going to be doing Insanity Max with you. So you don't need any equipment, but you need comfortable clothes and shoes, and I would say about 6 feet is probably enough. Okay, tomorrow we're going to be doing sweat intervals, which is basically cardio workout, then followed by strength, cardio, strength, sweat, cardio, strength, and then finally June 12th is a combination of everything called Friday Fight. Now, the goal of Insanity Max is to test your endurance. So you don't need any equipment, but you have to try to work out for as long as you can without taking a pause. Now, the moment you pause, you got to write a mental note or write down a piece of paper. You will see that they do it during the video. How far were you able to go in the program without taking a break? So let's say you maxed out at 5 minutes. Now, when I mean max out, then I mean really max out, because if you're following but kind of doing, that doesn't mean max out. Max out means, okay, I can't. So you take a break and you say, all right, 7 minutes. Guess what? Now your challenge for next week is to see if you can beat that and say 8 minutes, all right? Or 10 minutes non-stop. But work at your own pace. So 9:30 to 10, you're going to tune in for this exercise program if you're interested. So now let's go to the next one. 10:30 to 11. We're going to have Spanish Honor Society. Now, I highly encourage members from previous years and current members to participate. In fact, I need you to put in some hours in Spanish Honor Society, because the future of our organization depends on the attendance of the members. because we don't want to be left behind, right? We don't want to lose this great opportunity that we have to help others. So go to the Spanish Honor Society page, okay? And at 10:30 you log in. So what are some of the things that we'll talk about? One, we can talk some Spanish. We can talk about what's going on. We can make plans for next year. And I'm also trying to coordinate some students who are bilingual or advanced in Spanish to lend a helping hand to some of the Spanish-speaking students who are really suffering right now because they can't understand the directions of the assignments. So maybe I can share that assignment with you, and you can use Google Translate, but that's fine. But then you can, like, reset things and then try to help them out as much as you can. All right, 11 o'clock, I have academic support. So I've made myself available since the very beginning with my Google Voice number, also now with Google Meet. In addition, we have academic support. Mrs. Pinacho and I will be available at 11 o'clock to 11:30 should you have any questions about classes ranging from Spanish 2 to Spanish 5. All right? The next thing is on my list is fun activities. So I got something really cool planned out for you guys. So let's take a look. I didn't want to do just say board games. I know people love board games, or so I hope. I love board games, but I know there are other things out there. So every week we're going to have something different. So this is what's happening for this week. This week I'm going to give you a grand tour of my board gaming collection, and I'm going to talk about modern board gaming, and I'm going to give you suggestions or things that you should be buying. If you like to play this, then you should play this, and I hope you tune in or spread the word in case you know other people that are into board games or would like to know more about board games. All right. Now, May 1st. Now, some of you have worked with me in class on this. Remember the game called the Timeline? So we are going to collectively, I'm going to shuffle some cards, and just for fun, we're going to try to put together this massive timeline of inventions, historical events, and even animals. I'm going to include some animals, and some of the information you will find that is actually challenging. Like, for example, how big is an animal? Or what the lifespan is. Like, I have no idea how many years does an otter live, but guess what? We're going to try to put that against, say, a cow and figure out which one lives the longest. All right. Now, the next week, May 8th, we're going to have a SpongeBob trivia. Now, I know SpongeBob is something that you guys maybe don't watch anymore, but I'm sure many of you have watched SpongeBob in the past. So we're going to make a challenge here. Now, this is going to be Scout's word. You have to promise me that when we do the challenge that you're not going to peruse the internet and search for answers, because then it's not fun, right? Okay. Now, May 15th. Now, this goes back to an activity that we already had on Flipgrid about show and tell with our animals, but we're going to do that again. Hopefully more people will participate, and you can show your pets. We can talk about our pets, maybe show the tricks our pets do and so forth. I think that would be a lot of fun. All right. Then May 22nd, for all the geeks out there, myself included. All right. Star Trek versus Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars fan, although I can tolerate Star Wars. So, we'll be talking about Star Wars, Star Trek, and all kinds of sci-fi things. All right, May 29th, we have a Harry Potter trivia, just like the SpongeBob trivia. Scout word that you are not going to cheat on this, but I think it will be a lot of fun. I am a big Harry Potter fan, but I'm not the most connoisseur about Harry Potter. I know some people who know absolutely everything about Harry Potter. All right, but I think it will be fun. You know, we can all bring our thinking hats, and I think that's going to be great. Okay, then June 4th, we're going to play a game called the Quicks. So with Quicks, you can, it kind of works like a bingo in the sense that, you know, there is a number and you populate a sheet of paper. But this is going to be even more intriguing because there are all kinds of rules and you know, I want to say it's like step above from bingo because you actually have to think about where to write down your number. And I've played that online, even though you don't have dice to play the game, but I can roll the dice, and with my web camera I can display the results, and then everybody can participate at the same time. And June 12th, we're going to play the successor of Quicks called Quinto. And if you need help with that, there are instructions, and the instructions are here, you know, come June. And these games will require you to download a sheet and print. If you don't have a printer, then let me know. I'll see if I can find something web-based about these games, but as far as I know, you would have to print, although you could kind of like draw that. I don't think that's that big of a deal, but you would need that sheet in front of you, and you need to look at the camera so I can tell you what numbers. Now, this is a clever little game. It actually won an award. That's the Mensa Award. That's Mensa is an organization for, you know, mental capacity and IQ. So anyways, guys, this is it. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, please feel free to contact me. All right.